A very warm welcome to the Art Vlog with me, George Dopamine. Today I'm back on the South Bank in London at the Hayward Gallery to explore the exhibition Strange Calais, Ceramics in Contemporary Art. And I think it's going to be a really interesting show. It's going to show 23 different artists who are all using ceramics in a creative, expressive way. Ceramics is obviously an ancient art form. Humans have been creating works out of clay for millennia, but they're often seen within art as sort of quite prosaic, very beautiful, yes, but also the common day. And my lips touch wonderful ceramic mugs by the Dorset-based potter Francis Pollard every day, multiple times, when I'm drinking cups of tea and coffee. But this boat promises to be different. These works are going to be expressive and maybe intellectually challenging. They're not necessarily going to be producing things that are useful to humans, but they're going to be exploring probably the limits of its ceramics. And so I can't wait to see this show, which is on until the 8th of January. It's £15 to get in. If it's anything as good as In the Black, fantastic, then we're on to a winner. So come and join me as we head inside the Hayward Gallery here on the South Bank and explore some ceramic art. Well, I hope you enjoyed the highlights there from Strange Clay at the Hayward Gallery. Well, this is a vast exhibition. It took me a long time to go round, and it made me realise how little I know about ceramic art, especially the kind of expressive ceramic art that was on display here. Yes, I know the sort of usual suspects like Beate Woodman and Grayson Perry, but there were so many artists I was introduced to for the first time. Because this is such a broad show, I would say that some of the art will please you depending on your taste and some won't. I mean, the one thing that hangs these works together is the fact the artists practice in ceramics. But if you said that about painting, like the Hayward Gallery on painting, then obviously you're going to see hugely different types of work. I really did enjoy it. Yeah, so being a sucker for installation art, I particularly enjoyed the works that were combining ceramics with something else, or like making a bigger point. Probably my absolute favourite work in the whole show, and I know some people have been highly critical of this, was this one. The work by Lindsay Mendick called Till Death Do Us Part, This is a new work that was only produced in 2022, and I very much hope that the Tate Gallery or another like big British contemporary art gallery snap this up. Mendick's an artist who works in Margate in Kent, and this work, obviously it was about a bad relationship, a relationship gone bad. In some ways we might speculate that it's autobiographical, but it was funny. People were absolutely, for me, sometimes you can tell the power of a work of art from the response, and there was humour in this, as well as a domestic, and what I really liked was that running through this was obviously a focus on the domestic amongst the other huge pieces as well. But this really worked for me. I like the way it combined non-ceramic pieces with some really clever ceramic pieces. I love the ceramic household objects like this toaster, or the yellow pages, or even the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It was a really special piece. I know lots of people have criticised it, but I found it beautiful. It must have taken her so long to produce, and I think it would speak to a wide range of people. Another piece that I loved is this one by David Zinke, Giant Squid. I love this. I mean, it was very dramatic on the floor, surrounded by what looked like an oil slick, making an environmental point, but also the skill of the artist himself in producing this. I was sort of squatting down, looking at this from all different angles, and that was really, really special. I very much enjoyed this piece by Klara Kristalova, entitled Far From Here. The smell of this, of the greenery, was fantastic, and I love the way that the ceramics were integrated into this much bigger conceptual work. It was just really interesting, and again, people were spending a long time in here looking at this piece. Another piece I loved was this one by the artist Leilah Babirye, and she really stretches the use of ceramics by incorporating it with found objects, and also making a deeply political point linked to the gay community and homophobia in Africa. It was really powerful. Just have a look at this. I was actually also really moved by this piece by Liu Jianhua, Regular Fragile, a Chinese artist. This was sort of in memory of some terrible plane crashes which took place, and it kind of reminded us of the fact that after the horrible deaths of humans in these plane crashes, the detritus, if you like, of their lives, the plastic and the material goods still survived and are often found washing up in oceans after bodies have sadly disappeared. I thoroughly enjoyed this piece as well. And of the classics of the artists I did love this one by Beate Woodman, the House of the South. I love the fact that she was linking things to linking her work to Greek and Roman frescoes, but also to the American South as well. Anyway, overall I would recommend this show if you're interested in ceramics and you're interested in contemporary artistic developments in ceramics. it's on until the 8th of January. I think £15 is actually good value as an entrance fee without a donation. You can also add £1.50 for the donation as well. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting show. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Some of the works, as I say, were not, in my opinion, outstanding works of art. But then, you know what? You might disagree, because obviously lots of this is subjective. I have to say I don't know that much about contemporary ceramics, so I've learned a huge amount as well. Please do subscribe to the art blog for many more previews and reviews of upcoming shows, and yeah, get out there and keep on exploring the incredibly rich UK art scene.